No, you're the attorney.
He's the face. Tommy has face for radio.
We'd like to welcome everyone here. Welcome everyone. We've got a crowd that is gathered for us today. We're excited. Marshall Bandy and myself are here to make some announcements about the station that we both grew up, and 99% of the folks in Chattanooga, if they have been around here all their life, they grew up listening to this radio station. So we're tickled. First, want to say that I want to thank David Carroll for us being here, because without David Carroll calling me on the about I guess the week before Miss Benz was going to sign the station off the air, he called me one evening. He said, Evan said, Miss Benz is going to retire and sign the station off. And I said, wow. Well, the next morning, Earl Friedenberg called me, basically said the same thing, and they both said, you ought to go talk with her. And well, maybe I should after the second person called. So that's what we did. Marshall and I have known each other for years and have worked together in other capacities with radio, and we decided to start on this path, and 4.5 months later we're standing here and excited about being here. Like I said, we both grew up listening to the station, Marshall in the early 60s and me in the early 70s, so we've got a perspective in both the generations, both the decades that Fly was on the air. We're here to announce the fact that Fly in the last week, you may have noticed, has been on the air playing top 40 format that it once brought to great memories to Chattanooga. And as of tomorrow, we'll be announcing the brand new format, bringing it on the air as Chattanooga's news, weather, and traffic station. And I want to kind of turn around, if we can, and unveil our new logo. And one of the things that you'll notice on the logo, that the jet fly and the airplane was actually taken off of a mid-70s bumper sticker. So we wanted to take part of the past and make sure that it went into the future with us on the new logo. So that is the actual plane that was on the jet plane that was on the bumper stickers that you saw around Chattanooga for years in the 70s. So we were able to incorporate that into the new logo and bring it on. And of course, Fly just kind of it says what it is. You don't even have to give it any explanation. But we're excited about the new format. I think Chattanooga radio with this type of signal. We're excited to be able to launch that. We've had a couple of occasions. A couple of folks here in the room with us today have just recently visited Murphy, North Carolina, and they know the station can be heard there. And I've had a couple of calls from Knoxville this week, actually listening to the oldies that was being played. And with that said, I want to kind of give you an idea of what you can expect on the new format for WFLI. Starting tomorrow, we will be the Chattanooga home of the Rick and Bubba Show. Rick and Bubba is a southern top-rated syndicated radio show out of the South. A lot of folks may know Rick and Bubba and listen to it from time to time. Their flagship stations in Birmingham, and starting tomorrow, they'll be all 4 hours on WFLI. Dave Ramsey's going to join us in the afternoon. He has been in the market before. It's been a great number of years. Dave is the number 3 radio host in the country. He's got over 600 radio stations that he broadcasts on out of Nashville. And matter of fact, I just saw here where he tweeted out the fact that he's proud to be on WFLI. Eric Metaxas is going to join us after Dave Ramsey, and Eric is out of New York, but I think the audience in the Chattanooga area will be very tickled to be able to have him on. We're going to have Laura Ingram on. She'll also be on in the evenings, and Fox News Radio, which by the way will be our national network, will be airing the Todd Starnes show that was launched today, actually at their offices in New York. So we're going to carry all 3 hours of the Todd Starnes show. We've got a great weekend lineup of programming. One of the guys behind me, Pat Rose, he's going to be on. He's going to be on with us on Saturday with Set the Hook. We're excited about that. Set the Hook will be on with us. And on, I think it's 11 o'clock, right, Pat?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, all right. And so we're going to be bringing all kinds of different programs on the weekends. But that leads me to one thing. The music has been so popular the last week. We've had so many phone calls, and we had already thought that we were going to keep some of the music on fly. But we've decided that we're going to keep, at least for now, there will be an hour every day that we will run in the afternoon called Hits and Headlines. And we're going to run 1 hour of nothing but the latest news, weather, sports, traffic, and the hits of yesterday that we this station made popular in the 60s and 70s. So we're excited about that. We're going to invite some old friends back to be on the air with us from time to time if they'll come and be on the air during that time. And then on Saturday afternoons and Sunday evenings, you'll be able to also relive some of the music memories. We've got Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember that's going to play on Sunday night from 8 till midnight. So you'll be able to listen to the music the way it sounded, the way it should be, the way we all heard it back then. And Saturday evening, folks like Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s. We're going to relive that on Saturday evening. So we've got a lot of things planned that's going to bridge the history of the legend here at AM 1070 WFLI and then move us on to the future of the new format with news, weather, and sports traffic. And I also want to mention he was unable to be here today, but one of the legends here in the sports arena in the Chattanooga area, Randy Smith. He's going to be joining us. He's going to be bringing a sports segment to the lineup, and he's also going to be bringing some play-by-play. So we're excited about that to have Randy. He is definitely I think about a 40 plus year veteran of sports and radio and television in the Chattanooga area, and a very familiar name. So we're excited about having him on board as well. The mornings, well, it's going to be all about the folks in Chattanooga. The folks in Chattanooga, if you haven't noticed, we have a traffic problem. You know, and it doesn't seem to get any better. It's only getting worse. Our mornings are going to be featured around traffic every 10 minutes. We'll have traffic every 10 minutes all morning long. So every time you punch up, you're less than 10 minutes away from getting a traffic update. Mike Powers and myself will be doing mornings. It'll also be simulcast on our FM that covers the Chattanooga area on 97.7, as well as the FM that covers North Alabama on 106.1. So we'll have a couple of stations, but we'll be primarily on the Big Jet Fly with news, weather, traffic, information, everything for the morning. We're going to be partnering with News 12 actually for they're going to be supplying and giving us some information. We're excited about that part of the connection as well. I want to introduce my partner in this. He wanted me to talk all about the format, and I think I pretty much hit anything, unless guys y'all can think of anything. But Marshall Bandy, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit. I'll let Marshall be able to talk. And then if you have any questions concerning the radio stations, and I'm talking, of course, I guess to the reporters here, we'll be happy to answer them. And then we're going to give you a little sneak peek of something else that's going to be happening right here at 621 O'Grady Drive.
Thank you, Evan. If it wasn't for Evan, I wouldn't be involved in this. Evan is a very good radio man. He lives and breathes radio. It's very good. People of Chattanooga will have a great talent to listen to in the mornings. One of the things I like about the format that's been put together and the news talk format that Evan and I both have worked on is that all of the personalities lift up. So much of news talk is about controversies and about negativity and beating one person up or beating somebody else up. That's not what this radio station is going to be about. It's going to be about lifting people up. Eric Metaxas and Dave Ramsey both provide people solutions, and they get to the real core of a lot of concerns that people have and give them real solutions that are universal truths that people can rely on in their daily lives. And I am especially happy that that's the kind of format that we're going to be having. And other than that, I can't add anything to what Evan said. And we thank you for being here. We look forward to serving the community of metropolitan Chattanooga, and know that we'll be a source of information. Local, local, local. They say all politics is local. I think all radio is local too. So Evan will be providing great local service to the community. Thank you.
You've done that before. What you just did.
I don't know.
There
Tommy,
you
I
go.
guess I have.
Well, I guess we could stop right here and see if there's any questions concerning the radio station. I think you already figured out now we're going to be a conservative news talk radio station that serves the greater Chattanooga area. And I think in the press release that you have, it talks about the fact that Chattanooga's market is not just Chattanooga. And we're going to be, by virtue of the 50,000 watt signal, introducing the first news talk station that covers the entire market. You know, whether you live in Lafayette or you live in Dayton or you live in Cleveland or Athens or South Pittsburgh, I mean, it's all the Chattanooga market, and we'll be able to cover all of it with the signal. We have Phil Patton, who is our chief engineer. He's with us, and over the last 2 to 3 weeks, if you've listened, you've noticed the difference. You've noticed where the signal is going, and he's the one responsible for that. We were able to put in some new digital equipment. I'm not really sure that this station had anything digital, but we were able to put some new digital equipment in, and it really, really sounds good. And Phil's been a long-time engineer, a broadcaster himself, and he grew up a block and a half away from here and knows fly really like the back of his hand. So we're excited about having him on the staff with us. Carl Human is behind me here. He has stayed on. He worked at Fly for 30-something years. And he's going to stay on with us, and he's going to be in charge of. He was here in the days that they had a lot of the religion or the preaching programs and stuff, and he's in charge of reaching back out to them. We've got a lot of time now because when it went off the air, of course, they didn't have a place to go, so we are back on for that. One other thing before well, let's just go ahead. Does anybody have any questions concerning the radio station and the program?
A lot of history in this building. The floors, the walls, the ceilings. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You gonna stay here, or you gonna move?
Well, is anybody out as far as the particulars? All right. Well, hey, let's just move into the phase 2 of what we're going to do here at the press conference. The radio station will be news talk, and we're going to, of course, have music and a little bit of flavoring on it as we go along. But this location at 621 O'Grady Drive will hopefully be transformed as we move forward. This is going to be the National Top 40 Radio Museum. We're going to use this building, and we're going to put together a nonprofit board, and we are going to preserve the 1939 water-cooled transmitter, all of the equipment that is in both the on the air and in the production room. This building was built for what it exists today, and we hope at some point in time that we can open the doors to the entire region, entire country. Actually, Chattanooga has become a destination for travelers and bringing folks in, and we hope that this is going to be a place that folks in Chattanooga can come as one of the entertainment museum places that they can go and be a part of it. So, yes, David, we are planning on it, and we look forward to it. We're going to be setting up the board, having meetings, and there'll be a lot more information about the museum coming out. Marshall, you want to?
Yeah, let me talk about that.
All right.
Yeah, this museum is as exciting to me as the relaunching of WFLI. My vision, and I think Evan's vision too, is that when a person walks into this building, which by the way was constructed for the purpose of a radio station and was designed by an architect for that function, and is the only station in Chattanooga that was done that way, and probably I've been in hundreds of radio stations in my last 30 years, and I don't know of a single one that was built to be a radio station. I'm sure there are some, and there's some I haven't been in, but this is one that was. And you have the tower facility here. You have the directional antenna system that was designed by Mr. Benz that turned out to be a system that was adopted by the FCC, which allowed hundreds of other directional AM radio stations to be constructed throughout the United States. The history of Top 40 as being a #1 station in the market, and having a lot of these gentlemen back here behind the microphone that were great personalities that drove the format, that got into the minds of kids like me when I was a teenager listening to WFLI. So when you walk in here, you'll hear the music. When you walk in here, you'll see memorabilia from all over the United States, from all sorts of personalities from all over the United States. So you'll not only hear it, you'll see it, but you'll also have an opportunity to touch it. It's our intention to be able to have people come to this facility, maybe a school group come here, and some of the kids get in and operate the board, have somebody there to help them operate the board and understand what radio is. We want to have a media room where we can show the history of radio, what engineering went on not only here but all over the United States to build this huge network of FM and AM radio stations all over the United States, and again focused on Top 40, because Top 40 was the giant. Radio was dying, but Top 40 came on, and there's a story about Top 40. I know you don't have time for that here, of how Top 40 came about. Some of you know that story. It's a very simple story that happened in a little cafe, but we won't talk about that right now. So those are the kinds of things that we see happening with the museum. We think it will be an attraction for the scenic city. It will be one more place for visitors to stop and come and bring their families and enjoy one more thing about the city of Chattanooga. We got a question here. Whatever, Tommy, whatever you want, that's what we'll do.
He wants on the air. I was wondering. I was wondering when they open the museum, you're still going to sleep here. I think that'd be a big attraction.
All right, so, and a lot of the gentlemen that are back here are going to be, and some of you that are out there that are in the media, are going to be at a brainstorming session that we're going to have the first week in August to get started on the planning of this museum. And I'm going to shut up and turn it back over to you.
All right, guys, do y'all have any other questions that we can talk with you about?
Talk about the signal. Phil, you said you grew up real close to here, is that right? Well, are people still able to hear this station now on their toothbrushes and bed springs and toasters? The signal sounds great. You've done a great job.
I saw a Facebook post. I'll add to that just a bit, and everybody was talking about, glad to have it back on, excited about music. Music sounds good. And one guy said, well, there goes my phones. And I clicked on it and figured out he lives in Lookout Valley. so he knew all about the that. But
Are you full 50 now, Phil?
yeah, and all of y'all are welcome to the tour. I know everybody here just about have been through everywhere, but we're going to be here for a while.
We want y'all to hang around for a little while if you can. I know you got a business to run, you got things to do. But Charlie Darr, who used to work here, is in the catering business, and Charlie has put on a nice little feed back here. We hope you'll come back and socialize with us.
Maybe it won't get too big of a glare. Awesome.